Morning everyone, back in the workshop, and today I'm going to get the chassis for the internals on the control box ready for painting. Degreased it last week. Today I'm going to get all this loose rust off and get things sorted. Like usual, I think I'll put you into time lapse and get on with the job. To clean this off ready for paint, I'm going to use this wire brush on the electric drill. To be very noisy, but I'll put you back on time lapse and that should sort things out for you. Right, that's got that cleaned up, and what I'm going to do now is use the wire wheel on the grinder to clean up all the bearing caps and the bolts. I'll turn you around, point you at the grinder, and then put you back on time lapse. Couldn't think what it was called. Okay. Interestingly, this bracket that holds one of the switches is quite bent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just straighten that in the vise, maybe with a little bit of a tap from a hammer. What I'm trying to do is square it up so it's at a nice right angle. I've got that end looking good now. This end's just still got a bit of a wayward twist to the end. So just getting it so it holds the switch absolutely correctly. And there we go, that's a lot straighter than it was. As I've been cleaning it up, I found revealed some markings. All of the pieces have a number 4 on, and I wonder if that's because this was locomotive number 4. At Wheel Jane Mine they had a number of these locomotives, and it's not inconceivable that they would be more than one in for service at a time. So all of the items would be stamped so that they stayed together. And then we've got identifier marks with 2 pin marks where number 2 goes, and 1 centre punch mark where number 1 goes. And that's the same for the other bearing, yeah, where we've got two marks and 1 mark. And then when you look at the thing, we've got 1 mark and 2 marks. So that's number 1 and that's number 2. Very clever. As you can see, this is ready for painting now. That'll be one of my next jobs once I've just got the last components of the forwards reverse lever cleaned up. Hi again. I've decided that the best way to clean up the components of the forward reverse switch is to dismantle it. So I'm going to do that now, but I'll put you onto time lapse. That was the fixed part of the switch. Now I'm going to have a look at disassembling the rotating part of the switch. Again, I'll put you onto time lapse so you can see it happening. As you've probably just seen, things don't always go to plan. There is a roll pin which I've knocked out, a grub screw which I've taken out, but this is still corroded onto here. I wouldn't take it apart, but that corrosion has spread to underneath this bush and it's very tight on the shaft. So really, unlike the bush at the other end, which is nice and free. This one I can barely move, so I think what I'm going to have to do is leave this to soak for a little while and see if that helps it. I'm slightly worried about soaking it because of this insulating sleeve on here. What I don't want to happen is for that to swell with this liquid that I soak it in. So the other alternative would be to apply heat to this block here. Again, I'm a bit concerned about the insulating material. Not quite sure what to do. I think I'll deliberate on this for a little while. We shall see. So after much deliberation, I've taken it apart the other way, and I've managed to get some penetrating oil into the inside of that bush from the top. Couldn't get to it the other way, still couldn't knock that out. It's well corroded on there, but now look, I've managed to get this so I can move this bushing. So what I'll do now is leave that to soak a bit more and then come back to it tomorrow and carry on with the work. Just a small shot there. I managed to do it. Penetrating oil, brass drift and a hammer, and I've managed to get it all to pieces. Now I can free that bush up properly and reassemble it with a little bit of grease.